Hello. Hello, welcome. My name is Victor. Now just wait another minute, 1 minute or 2 minutes. Okay. Well, it's a Beijing time 20:30 and the North American East Coast 8:30 a.m. In October 31. This is last day of October 2024, and welcome to my channel, and it's live, broadcasting to you live. And yeah, today we are making use of 3 channels, 3 platforms. One is the YouTube channel, another is the Xiaohongshu, the third is the Tencent video channel. And yeah, so today's topic is about how the VOIIMED mentorship program changed education during the era of artificial intelligence, during the AI era. So now it's era time, and most of us will feel a little bit, I think the information has been bombarded so quickly, and then so many people would like to talk about how we can face the challenge ahead. And there's many kinds of the talking about how we can change ourselves so that we can make ourselves adaptable the possible challenge ahead. But I think that first we got to change our mind, right? Change our mind. But how we can change our mind, especially those young kids in their before they're getting into the school medicine, before school, the universities, or in the juvenile teenager. That's a so wonderful time. But actually, all around the world, most of the teenagers, they just spend their the prime time cracking the college or university entrance exam. But in the end, they find that even they have been fortunately adopted by or enrolled by the key universities after graduation from their so-called ideal dream university, they find that they gained almost nothing just for employment in the future. So from the beginning, they maybe have followed the maybe doubtful or even the wrong way to learn, and then they crack their the exams. That's a hard knot. Like if we are not the English native speakers, they have to spend most of the time to crack the English examinations, like a test of English as a TOEFL for foreign learners, and IELTS international language testing system to crack this kind of standardized English speaking exams. So you see that to most of us, it's kind of waste of time because our English is so popular, and it's not just for exam. It must be in a communication way, and then during the English environment, and then we next generation can learn much more, not just for exam. So I'm not sure that why we should not make the change, and the students in their teenagers, from 10 to 20, this 10 years are so precious, very precious for these kids. But I know that most of the parents just ask the boy, the son, the daughter to put themselves. That's true, and we gotta make ourselves prepared in the science subjects such as biology, the psychology or statistics, math, physics, chemistry. That's kind of the science subjects. But these disciplines are most of them just study them for exams. If they are in a school, in the university, doing the for example, business, school business or school engineering or medicine, what they have learned in the high schools, for example, the math, physics, chemistry, they will forget, all of them forget. And I'm sure that you will totally agree with me that in most of the students, they get into the school, the school medicine, they will forget the math, right? Especially like the algebra, these kind of triangle, rectangle, this kind of very basic the math, or they will forget the mathematics if they get into the school of literature, arts and science, and they actually, this kind of subjects, maybe in their high level, high school, they just learn the subject in their high level, and then they will not learn anymore. So, but to these subjects, the time spent on these subjects, has been wasted. That's true, has been wasted. So that we have to talk about seriously, especially now it's the artificial intelligence era and the AI era, and knowledge to us, it's very easy to learn. You can, if you have connected with the internet, and then you, even no matter what you are in the United States or in Beijing or in any corner of the world, you can get the access to all the knowledge you would like to. So that's in this way that knowledge itself not important, not that kind of a challenge, and even you can feel if you feel some challenge difficult, and then you can make use of surf the internet and make use of the ChatGPT or consult anyone else to help you to figure out that problem out. I think that will not be a very headache. But first, you gotta be interested in your learning, right? So whatever you're learning. So, but now, as I know that I have been teaching the English or science subjects, AP science, AP biology, AP say the environmental sciences and biology and psychology, or in the medicine related subjects. I find that most of the students do not like what they are learning. That's a big problem. But why they have to crack that nut? Because they have to present the standard test, AP, IB, A-level, or this kind of examination to show that they have the ability to join their ideal universities. But after that, that's the end of the learning. That's the end of the learning. So you see, I think that's a waste of the time, waste of the money, and the resources. I do think that we need change. And second, most of the students, they do not have the active learning methods and don't have that attitude, because they don't have the motivation to learn, right? And then so lack of the right direction, and then they easily for us to quit, right? So to quit. So that's a big problem. And those students who lack of the interest in listening to teacher from one-way transmission from the teacher to the student, they feel that maybe from the beginning of the term they don't like teacher, and then you can see that the whole semester that's kind of torturing. It's hard days for the student to spend maybe the 4 months as a one term, and then but he have to sit there quietly, listen to the teacher quietly, and because for the better performance in the exam. So I think this when they look back, maybe you're listening to me, and then you will think that, oh, what do you learn in a university or in high schools, and most of the time you can do something else you're interested, but cannot. So that's a problem. That's a problem. And third, I would mention that most of our students, from the beginning to maybe to the end, that they have a PhD degree, or MD degree or that kind of degree, they say they will look for employment, for jobs. But you know that now to find a job, to find an ideal good job is so hard, right? No matter in this in United States, America, or in other rest of the world, and they have to spend so much time how to look for their class, the graduates, alumni, and then to recommend the job. But it's hard. It's very hard. But you see that why not? We should not learn for employment. Should not be learn for the employee in the future. And we should, from beginning, learn for ourselves. Learn to be the entrepreneur, to start a business our own, because we like it indeed. And then from our deep heart, it's a very, you know, you are interested in what you're learning. And then you will make yourself your resources, internal and external resources. Internally, your resources are your desire, your fondness, and your motivation. And externally, you certainly surf on the internet, make yourself various kinds of resources, ChatGPT, or the artificial intelligence, various kinds of these, right, application. So, and then in this way, you find that your active learning will be exactly, realistically be exerted, right, exerted. And then in this time, if you have some, responsible director or mentor who can teach you, who can share with you their ideas, the experiences, what kind of zigzag, the pitfalls, the failure experiences with you, and telling you that how you can prevent the possible feedback, possible the failures, and then certainly you can more approach into the success, right? More approach into success. So I think that from beginning, most of the students just on the doubt. I would like to use the words doubt, not the correct, the way to learn more forward. And then in the end, they just tested by the standardized test, SAT, AP, IELTS, or ALP, this kind of the standard test. That's true. You see that this. I'm not sure that have you ever wear the shoes of the examiners? Because most of the students are examinees. I would say that you are just played. You are befooled, played by the examiners. Who are the examiners? These are the so-called professors in the well-known universities, in Harvard, maybe in Cambridge, maybe in any other so-called the well-known, the 100 top universities. But you know that the top universities are the fond of the students who are not just good at the standard tests, but also have very uniqueness. As we know that if you are applying the Ivy League universities in United States America, or the G5 universities in the United Kingdom, or Australia number 8 the universities, and you gotta make yourself unique and very different from the rest of the applicants, so that you can stand out. If you just present that you are good at English, you have highest AP standard test with each of the 5 AP5 schools, and I don't think that you will be accepted into the top universities, because they prefer those applicants can show they're very different. They're very different, and also you have very hobbies, music, dancing, or Olympics, the competition, track and field, the medals, gold medals, this sports, etc. I think that this kind of so-called the propaganda in the market. So, but I think that what I'm talking about is very different. It's very different. Sorry, it's very different, because in America, I think that you know that the Elon Musk is or has started a company, has studied the school that let the very young kids learn in that schools, and they just do the projects, do some of the programs together, maybe about the robots, about the rockets, about the program. During the operating the projects, they will learn how to program, how to learn math and physics, chemistry, and it will be all around, very correspondent. They think this is not just the one subject, but many subjects. And because it is a project of it, the teaching, and then the students, they have a very, natural or active motivation, not just for the exams, right? For the exams. So you see that is a very different teaching style, very different teaching style. But I would say that maybe some parents say, oh no, I cannot agree because we have to join the schools, international school or the public schools. Yes, that's okay, but we need to say that if you just follow the traditional routine of the schooling pathways, you find that your students in a large percentage were not accepted by the top universities. That's true, definitely. That's true, because they just looking for very, very different kids, very different kids. You just imagine that if your kids just keep on the track of the traditional way of learning, you'll find that I think that probably, a percentage, maybe more than, to be exactly, maybe 80%, even 90%, you will be very mundane, ordinary applicants, right? Very ordinary applicants. So at first, I would say that even the students have graduated from Harvard University, yes, they can have, comparatively very, good advantage, comparative advantage to the rest of the applicants that will be employed by multinational companies or IPO, IGO, NGO or MPO, non-profit organization, or NGO, government organizations. That's true. That's true. But you see that only those students who can, be very courageous and make use of various kinds of resources to follow his or her own idea to create the new company, new business will be, welcomed by the university and also welcomed by the country you would like to work in. For example, now it's very hard for the graduates, even you get a PhD, for PhD graduates to get the H-1B visa in the United States. If you're lucky, yes, you are very lucky, and then get the H-1B visa by, sponsored by your company, But some of the students, not that kind of lucky, they have to go home, go back, and need the direction of their parents, mommy and daddy, to find a job in some city where their hometown is. And you see that why do you want to study abroad? Yes, maybe you think that I want to study to see the rest of the world and improve my knowledge. That's okay. But as I know that the most of the students would like, yes, they would like stay in the country where they're they are learning, so-called they study abroad in maybe America or Canada or Australia or United Kingdom or Germany, these countries. But you see, it's if you want to stay there, they have a long way to go to get the permanent resident permission there, right? Permanent permission there. So I think if you just want to follow the previous way to be in a good university and then find the employment opportunity in the market, you can find that very hard, very long way to go. And so why not at the beginning of your learning, you're gonna make use of your talents and change your ideas and put your money on how you can improve your your active learning ability and set a career for yourself when you are still in a high school, right? So, and then in this way that your active motivation for learning everything you would like to learn will be highly exerted, activated, right? Highly activated. So I think that it's easy to say, but very, very difficult to employ this the great idea. But don't worry. Next, I would like to share how we can put the ideas, make the ideas turn into reality. So as we know that the students in the high school, if they are learning science, they have to learn physics, chemistry, math, and biology. Science and math are called STEM courses. But you see that's most of the students feel very hard to learn math and physics. But you see, they have met the wrong way of learning. I remember more than 10 years ago, Elon Musk was invited to the Tsinghua University, and then the, say, School of Economics and Business, the dean of the school, Mr. Qian Qianying, he asked, or maybe other professor, communicated with Elon Musk, say that how this university professor or teacher to teach physics with classmates, because this subject is so difficult, right? So difficult. But Elon Musk said that if the students feel difficult to learn the physics, or teacher feel very challenging to present to how to teach the physics to students, that must to say the students are on the wrong way of learning and the teacher on the wrong way of teaching, right? Because in the physics, it's very interesting, and chemistry too, it's very interesting too. But you see that why they not feel interested but feel bored, because they just learn physics, chemistry, or math for exams, for higher scores, and day and night to make some question answering sort of learning. I certainly they will feel boring, and then in the end, most of the students will lose their interest of learning. But on that way, you see that if they just change the style, they just say learn the physics from the beginning, knowing that I will create my company, and this company will make use of what I'm learning, physics. For example, I would like start a company that will research, develop some kind of medical devices, and then they will say, oh no, it's very difficult for me to learn, so challenging, difficult. The surgical devices, surgical scalpels, knife devices, drills for the orthopedic doctors, right? But you see that if the student just read a lot about, for example, the orthopedics, about the bone skeleton of the human being, and the mechanic of the drill, how the engineer to manufacture the drill, how to improve such a drill, and what's the research and development history of such a drill from the zero to the current development, and they will come the new idea how make the program, how to make the progress. So in the medical devices such as the orthopedic drill, right? So you see that it is goal oriented, not the exam oriented. And during the such a learning, they first they will be a technician, right? Very good technician. As we know that in Germany and in Switzerland, more than 70% of person will not get into the university, but they will get into high school, some vocational schools, because they just want to be the technician, and you see that in terms of the remuneration or the payment or wage, such a work is paid very well, paid very well. Only those, the small percentage of the applicants, they then apply the school or university, and then even smaller part of the students will follow the research and development if they are really interested in the research topic. So you see that now another problem has been widely mentioned in all around even around the world. You see that Elon Musk said that nearly in maybe 95, more than 95, in nearly 99 papers are useless. And here in China, you see that most of the PhD students, doctor degree students, or master students, they feel that they are actually feel not interested in the research that they are doing. They just need a degree. That there's a degree, and better they don't like what they're doing. So you see, that's a really waste of time. And they just feel maybe the campus life, but they really don't like the life in a laboratory to save the rats, to be with the old colleagues who maybe from day and night and then chit chat some the drama or the TV show, but in the time they spend to talk about the research and the development is really scarce. But you see that also, as I know that recently I read a video mentioned that the more than 90% of the research personnel are just doing some performance. You see, not research, doing some performance. Just you see, that's if research is not performance, right? So if they just regard research kind of, it's like a little bit like a performance. You see, that just themselves kill days and night again and again, right? And he is wear the master or doctor, the cap and the job, and saying that I'm a master, I'm a doctor. I think that's a kind of self-defeat, deceit, the cheat themselves, right? But in the end, you are asked, if they are asked to, hey, what kind of research project you have done, and what kind of say the results you can get, you can put on, you see that actually even none of them can present us very wonderful, even superb, world-class result. I see that's the reason that why in China's the Nobel Prize, especially in science field, has been lagged behind, because you see in a master doctor degree and even postdoctoral degree, the research area, they actually do not 100% make or like to make themselves 100% involved in their research and development projects. So that's the problem. Yeah, as we know that interest is the best teacher, right? They actually, if you learn, if they just ask themselves, they are not really not interested in their research and development projects. And next, I think that some of the problem is why these research projects do not like the research personnel do not like the research because maybe they would like to be boss to start up their company, and then that to earn money, to earn profits, to be the boss. I think is maybe the dreams of some of the research personnel, but they don't know how. Even though they have they know that there's some incubator, accelerator all around the world, all across the United States of America or across the China, and know that there's maybe some industry fund or some VC capital. but the lack of the motivation and the all-round preparation to promote their business by mentioning promote their research and the projects, and then in the end they don't know how to start the kind of projects, and then in the end lack of money, they have to leave, right, in the real world, and then yeah, they have to find a job, they have to make themselves employed by some company, right? By some company. But you see that's actually that's just an excuse. They just excuse, because when they're in the high school, in the universities, they just spend most of the time for questions, to find a solution for their questions. But there's no any idea, any mind for this. So great talents to say in the future I'll be the boss, entrepreneur, start my business, and even the multinational companies. I'm a CEO of the international companies. They don't have such kind of idea. And then you see that as we according to our learning experiences and our personal life experiences, you can see that the idea you have when you are very little in your young age will be, I think, the strongest, the impetus in your mind that will usher you, directly you, move on and on. Even you are getting older, very older, maybe your 30s, 40s, even 50s, and there's such a kind of impetus, the great idea embedded in your brain will push you, will urge you, motivate you, eternally. And then even you're alone, you can motivate, do the things yourself, right? This is called a self-driven, self-motivated power inside. But you see that most of these students in their teenagers, they just know how to find the right solution for the questions, but they don't know, have the idea that I want to be the boss future. And I say to be the boss, I not just need the science technology, but also I need how to cooperate with my colleagues, my boss, my partners, and then see in this way the communication skills matter, right? It's very important to have the very communication skills, and they don't know how to handle money. I see the money management, finance, awareness is the one of the shortcomings or disadvantages that the most of the so-called challenge students are lack of. They don't know how to tackle the money-related issues. They just do their things well and everything, except the research, the learning has been arranged by their parents or by the friends, and they just do the things, the so-called academic profession very well. But you see that's I would say that's not enough. That's not enough. After graduation, these students will find that the world is not only have learned in the school. This very, very different kinds of challenges ahead about the problems of how they can talk to the person from different walks of life and different ethnics, different countries, different cultures. And I think that would be an overwhelmingly challenge. And I do think that I'm not sure that you have noted that there's some kind of phenomena. See that most of the Indian people, Indian talents as the CEO or the dean CEO of companies. You see that the Google, Microsoft, the CEOs are from India. The Indian Americans right now, they have American nationality. But you see that most of the Chinese students, or even he or she graduated from Tsinghua University or Peking University or another foreign university, but they are not good at communication, not good at leadership, not good at communication. That's not their English not good, but yes, they can speak very well. But you see, that's to be leader, to be the boss, to be the CEO is very multidisciplinary. The versatile ability should be equipped in such a position. To be a CEO or leader, you gotta have very good say the speech ability in public speech ability, and second you gotta have a team ability and resources, human resources, recruitment, and the maintaining skills. You see, firstly you are maybe if you can the expert of science, technology, your business, that's okay. But we can find that not every CEO are the engineer or science educational background. They just say they're good at finance, good at marketing, they're good at human resources, good at communication skills, and then they can make use of the organizational and management skills to make the business move on and on, right? So you see that we students lack of such ability. Yes, maybe you think that, oh no, yes, maybe we can, after bachelor degree, and we can move to an MBA, Master of Business Administration, to gain the MBA degree, and then I think that I can have this kind of ability. I tell you that most of the bosses or some of the MBA graduates will share their ideas whether it is worthwhile for them to earn the MBA degree. But some say no. If you want boss, actually there's no need to get into the MBA program. But if you want to be employed, right? If you want to have a boss to direct you, yes, you can get into the school of business and then learn to be the intermediate level of the management of all the company. But you see, that's also, you see, this framework, thinking pattern, we find that this is also to be employed. Be employed as the intermediate supervisor, the manager or project manager, marketing manager, but this is also so-called intermediate to higher level of the company. They also be employed, but not be employed or self-employed or the boss themselves. So you see that we encourage the students and their teenagers, maybe in their junior high school or high school, or maybe in the university level, they would think seriously whether they will be employed or the employer. I think employee or employer, it's the big question. Left or right is a big question, right? So you see that if, for example, if we do not talk about employee or employer in a few, but one thing these days, I've got the call from a parent in Beijing. He asked me to help his son in Chicago to find some intern opportunity in the biomedicine or pharmaceutical industry near the Chicago area, because his son is in the University of Chicago learning the biology and medicine in the university. So I asked him a question. Did you talk to your son whether stay in the United States or come back? And then the dad told me, oh no, we don't know. It depends. We would stay in America or we come back. Well, you see I think that most of the parents were thinking that way, because that's not an imminent thing. They would feel very urgent. But you see that even the students can get the PhD degree in the America. It is possible that without the employment opportunity, the student have to come back to their previous country where they were born. See that if, on the other hand, the university degree student, just maybe university degree student, I think it is enough. Or if the students can have the PhD degree, and then they can start up some business, for example, in a biomedicine or pharmaceutical or say medical devices. As we know that the two startup pharmaceutical are really challenging, and because around the world, many of the companies are, especially in the pharmaceutical industry, are just controlled by some multinational companies like Pfizer, or in medical devices, Medtronics, or Johnson & Johnson. You see that because the successful ability to start up a company is relatively low, because there are many things, not just projects, not just the research and development program is the aspect we gotta take into consideration, but the other things like the finance, investment, and personnel, and the culture, communication, inside, and the government relationship, and marketing. I think that it's a lot of things for a boss to consider. You see that if the student with a PhD, if unfortunately the student cannot get the employment to be employed, the opportunity to be employed, you can find that they have to stay, only can stay in the United States of America after the graduation for another half a year. So you see that they have to go home to find an employment. So you see that for the maybe 1 year or 2 years before graduation, the most of the PhDs or master degrees, and the students, they were like to email their CV to the human resources department of the multinational companies, or many even the small companies. They just sell themselves. They just want to sell themselves. But even they say that, yes, why not you can start your own business. As you know, the program the project or the research you are doing is very well, and it's very potential in the market, and they will think that, no, I don't know how to promote my product, and I don't know how, along with the investors, my partners, and how to keep or maintain their good relationship with local officials, government officials. So you see, that's not just the research, not just about the learning or themselves. It's just about the things other than what they are learning, about their communication skills, about the relationship keeping and maintaining ability. So you see that that's why we ask the parents and students to emphasize the all-round development. You see that, for example, even the students have the person graduated from their university or gaining or the PhD degree, they feel very precious, nervous to speak in public, right? You see that they cannot, to present their ideas in public. That's very awful, right? I see, if you want to be a leader, you have to speak in public. Even to sometimes be humorous, make a joke, and I see that's it's a choice. We should not just sit there quietly and listen to the leader, and then this words needs these leaders, and see that the universities, the Harvard, Yale, Cambridge, they just want the leadership ability students. The students have be maybe chairman of their club, maybe a research club, or their interest team, and the leader of the sports meeting, track and field, or dancing scene, and have organization experiences. And you see that such a student will comparatively be welcome, adopted, matriculated into the Ivy League universities. So you see that they are not just want to learn to from the scholastic students. They need the the versatile, the all-round developed students. For example, in Stanford, right? As we know that in Silicon Valley, San Francisco, the Stanford University is so famous for educated the future entrepreneurs, right? And as I know, there's multinational, multidisciplinary the workshop for the students to, for example, if you are from the engineering school and you need to work with students from maybe from pharmaceutical pharmacy, from the school of medicine, or from any other departments in the university, and then you can know each other, say hello, and then just have a cup of coffee and chit chat whether you can cooperate with each other. I think that's a relaxed way of learning, and not just for their, say, school performance, academic performance, or GPA. They also they just get to know their future business partners, right? So in this way, I would say we need to think a lot. We think a lot, and especially in the current the artificial intelligence, the learning method should be changed too much, and say it's not that kind of difficult. If you have the internet connecting, and then you find that knowledge is not difficult to get, but the direction is very difficult. And then how to act the learner, the students, to learn what they would like to learn, the headache. And as we know nowadays, the more students got some problem. The problem is maybe the parents feel worried too much. Why my son and daughter feel test? And I've heard many students because their parents saying to me, their son or daughter feel depressed, and they have to postpone their college university application, and the reason is that the depression. They got the depression. But why? I think that the students feel very hard to learn some subjects such as physics, biology, chemistry, or even English. They don't like. Actually, they don't like. So I think that I told this parent that first, your son, your daughter's health is the top concern, not university, so the famous university or so-called the Ivy League or the G5, etc. No, that's not important. You see, your kid's health is the top concern. You got to take care of the and talk to him or her frankly whether he would like learn such subjects. If they don't like learn what they're learning, why you should just push them to keep learning? I think it's kind of inhuman behavior. Listen to them. If they don't like, you just ask them choose something they would like to learn, right? If their learning habit is not in the right track, and talk to them how to regulate their learning behavior, right? And say the lack of internal, the self-driven motivation most of the time are the key to solve that problem, right? To solve that problem. So you see that we VOIIMED, the mentorship program, is to work with the mentors, directors, teachers, instructors all around the world to help the students from the beginning in their junior high school, middle high school, and then we help the students not crack the standard test, but for the career-oriented projects. To me, I have the medical background, educational background, and now I'm in charge of the VOIIMED mentorship program. There are three directions. One is for biomedicine or clinical medicine. Second is artificial intelligence. Third is international finance. So today I can make use of the pharmaceutical, biomedical, and clinical medicine as an example, because I'm very familiar with this industry and the learning programs. So there are two directions in the medicine related field. One is biomedicine, biomedicine or biopharmaceutical, because now it's an era, not just artificial intelligence, but also the medicine. You can see that artificial intelligence has been applied in medicine very, very deeply. And I think that over more than 50% of the projects about artificial intelligence has been applied human being related projects, especially medicine, to treat diseases, to solve the problems about human health, to help say our disabled live better. I think that artificial intelligence combined with the health projects, the medicine is very promising, and also certainly very prosperous in the future. Now it has been in very prosperous. So you see that. But one thing I will tell you that most of the students lack of the training about how to start up their business, how to be an entrepreneur in the future, and how to be boss. They just spend most of the time to learning the science subjects, math, physics, but that's not enough. Not enough. Science is one of the say must choice for them to learn. But other than choice, other than the science choice, they have to improve their abilities as a leader, the leadership ability, organizational ability, communication ability, empathy, wear the shoes of others, and how to tackle with the issue about money and government relationship, about the politics, and especially in an international company, these multinational communication skills, considering their religions, culture, economic background, social status, also very important for the students to improve themselves. But I think that without the such awareness when they are very, very young, and even they get the PhD degree, they feel, oh no, I'm not in that category, I should be employed. They just make themselves accustomed to be employed. They're accustomed to be employed. So that's a very it's kind of a joke that if without the gradual mentoring, gradually direction from very young to maybe later 20s and 30s, they feel they don't feel over one night to be the entrepreneur in temporarily impossible. And second, in terms of the clinical direction, that's to say the students would like themselves to be a doctor in the future, Yeah, it's good. I know that most of the medical students would like to be international doctor. Yeah, they're very good at English, but you see that's very hard for them to get license in the English-speaking countries, or in other, foreign language-speaking countries. Take America as an example, right? You can see that to pass the exam for license, which is called a United States Medical License Examination, USOE, it's very, very hard. But you see that if the students can get the well-rounded education in the United States, I think it will be easier for the students get the license, right? Get the license, and you see that to be prepared to be all round, it's very important. Now maybe you just think that I wish my kids to or myself to be matriculated in top universities, Ivy Leagues. Yes, that's better. That's very perfect. But I think that most of the applicants don't have such opportunity. We got to be realistic, right? We're realistic. We should know how to get the license and how many routes we can choose with the international school medicine has been under our consideration, not just one, right? Every country, including China, Australia, Austria, or New Zealand, United Kingdom, Ireland, Canada, and the United States, Caribbean, Italy or Poland, Hungary, and many countries. You gotta make yourself know these kinds of options are putting in front of you, and then you gotta match yourself to be some certain routes. You see that the appropriateness, the matching is top concern, not the top, but the appropriate, the proper choice. So the proper choice. So you see that without the mentoring, the students don't know what they will like apply, and then they maybe most of the time they just the crack the standardized test, the AP, IB, A level, or see the SAT or standardized test, English speaking, the English exams, TOEFL, IELTS, etc. No problem. They see that the choices. They must present the subjects for the university or school medicine application, but you see that's not enough, and they find that the most of the students cannot pass the school medicine interview, right? They cannot pass interview. Let me tell you that we just mentioned the school medicine in the United Kingdom, in Australia, Ireland, New Zealand, or even the very best, the United States, America, or Canada. So you see that I will make the comparison. If the student has been tested, challenged by the school medicine, they feel very promising, confident, and hey, their white card on their left or right arm, and then forward straight, their spine is straight, and then their eyes are very shining. But you see that those students who can permit easily accepted by the school medicine in Eastern European countries such as Hungary, Poland, or Italy. I think that comparatively, a little bit of lack of confidence. They just want to find the shortcut to get the license, medical license in around the world. But in the end, they find that they cannot compete those students who really pass the hard interview in Canada, United States, America, United Kingdom, Australia. So you see that the confidence comes from within, not external. So we think that we just want to improve the such an essence of the person, the spirit of the applicant in the school of medicine. And then without such the essence, inside essence, even you get the medical license, or say can be the general practitioner in some country would like to live and work, you can find that you can not stand out. Maybe you're just still the employee in some clinic and in some hospital. But you cannot be easy. Not easily. If without the further direction, without the support, the financial support, or the direction, and then it's very hard for such a batch of the students to start business. For example, to start their dental dentistry clinic. As we know that to be the owner, boss of the dentistry clinic is very challenging, not just the technique to repair or orthodontics, and then the skills is I think that's the least factor for a clinic owner to consider. But the other things such as the clinical house renting, to lawyer to solve the problem, the relation with the local, say, the government and in the admission, bureaus, and how to tackle the money issues, how to hire doctors, nurses, and how to say keep the business relationship with the suppliers of the medical equipment, such as the gauges, the metals, or the many partners. You got to talk to how to communicate with your clients. Certainly, I think it's not that kind of easy for the students who lack of the ability to run a business. It's all round, very versatile, all round, very comprehensive. So you see that our program is to help the students from the beginning of their learning, not just for getting into the university, ideal university. Yes, they have the ability to get the university. That's the very ideal, the dream schools. As I say, that dream schools, the universities such as Harvard University, Yale University, they are Stanford University. They just are looking for the very unique students. Especially for example, Harvard, Stanford University, they were the students who can have the entrepreneurship. They can start the business when they are in their, say, the first grade in the sophomore or in the second year, right? You see, freshman, sophomore universities. As we know that in many well-known, the very famous companies such as Facebook, right? And Facebook, Zuckerberg is just Facebook in the dormitory of the Harvard University, right? And in other the multinational companies, they just start the very elementary state from the garage, from dormitory, when the university, Harvard, for example, Microsoft, Bill Gates is quit the Harvard in law school, right? So you see that the startup business is a very good choice, and I say that if you want to stay in America, and then say there's many ways. One of the quickest way to stay there is to study your business. All right, study your business, and then you're the boss, and then you certainly will hire your employees, pay their wages. If your family can support you, or you can. If your projects, I mean, your research and the development projects are very, very, say, attractive, very competitive in the eyes of the investors, and they will probably invest you to your company, and then you can have 1, 2, or 3 employees. In this way, you have the permission to live and work inside and further stay there, and you get the green card, right, and in the nationality of the United States of America. So you see that not just one way to go to be employed. No, there are many ways. So all in all, I mentioned too much about how we can change the education, the route, not just for the entrance university, but also we are teaching, we're educating culture, cultivating the students to be the boss in the future, developing all-round abilities, and that's not paper based, but the projects based. The students have to hands-on, put their hands to do the projects, to do the experiment by themselves, to do the electricity experiment, the magnetic experiment, and the chemistry experiment, medical experiment, and to write various kinds of the laboratory report, and then to analyze what they have learned, the textbook. There's so many electronic form textbook. If you can download from the internet, it's easier for us to get access to such an electronic book, e-books, right? So, but it depends on whether you are interested or not, right? If you're very interested in that, then you can search by yourself, and then not that difficult to get access to such a electronic book. And then I say that with the help of the artificial intelligence, GPT, or AGI, I think that you will learn much more what you would like to learn, right? And you see that artificial intelligence combined with the entrepreneurship and mentorship, incubator, accelerator, investment, and your great minds. And I think that you will know that there's a even saying that there's no border, no boundary, no summary border limit lines for the bosses, for the entrepreneurs. You see, if you are very, very rich, you see, there's no nationality limit, there's no, yes, maybe in terms of law there is, but if you are very rich, you are confident, and then you can find that there's no, say, the limit of the boundaries of the nationality. You can, go in there, just one ticket, a flight, or if you have your own private airplane, and just with the permission, and then you can fly anywhere, just like the great entrepreneurs, right? So you see that your mind, and in the future you find that maybe from now on 20 or 30 years, you find that your life will be overwhelmingly, tremendously changed too much. You'll be very different. We're different students, a very different guy. Now maybe you're in 10 years, you're teenagers, and then 20 or 30 years you will be in your 30s. It's still young, very young, right? And then see that you're a national company owner, and then at that time you will not just be employed, and you want to employ others to work for you, right? To work for you. So yeah, I think that today we have talked about how we VOIIMED mentorship program can change the education during the artificial intelligence era. Okay, so I have finished my presentation today. If you have any questions, just feel free to talk to me, and I will be here with you. Okay. Yeah. Now today we just make you 3 platforms. One is Tencent video platform. Second is the YouTube, and third is Xiaohongshu. We will from today on to launch the live stream, live broadcasting from my studio, workshop to the rest of the world, to get in touch. And next, maybe we will thoroughly in deep to talk about our program, especially about the VOIIMED mentor program for medicine, for international medicine, how we can to culture the future doctors all around the world. So you see, yeah, I think that this world is it's a very small cottage, right? The village. So you just stay with us, and I think that we will have more live streams with you in the near future. Also, you can establish the connection with the micro connection. You can call me directly, no problem. Okay, no problem. I think that it's wonderful to talk to you directly online, or maybe you can send me the words in your own way, or English, or in other Chinese, English, or other language, no problem. I can understand, and yes, I have the translation, automatic translation system, so I can understand. I can give you the answer in English. Okay. Well, I've started our broadcasting today for around 70 minutes, more than 1 hour. Maybe it's time for us to say goodbye. Next we can, we can meet in the near future, right? So thank you for being with me today, and I hope we can see you next time. Okay, thank you so much. So say goodbye. Bye bye.